Hi everyone, it's Andrea Pasuti, and today we're going to be cooking our quinoa, and we also would be in the 6-week program cooking brown rice if you like brown rice, or we have, this is good, I love to switch it up with brown rice quinoa noodles, but they can just be brown rice. I got all of these 3 things at Costco. I'm not sure if you have a Costco in your city, but this is where I got mine. You can get your grains in bulk or whatever, they have them everywhere. So so we're starting with the quinoa. It's cooked, the ratios are the same for all the grains, but quinoa cooks a bit faster, so I'm showing you this one. So I have 3 cups of water, and I'm gonna pour it in my pot, and then I'm gonna put in 1.5 cups. So you always do double the amount of water to the grain you're using. So I have 1 cup here, 1.5 cups. And always don't be stressed out trying to have the ratio right. It's gonna work out. So I'm coming over to the stove. I'm just putting it on high, and I'm gonna let that boil, and I'm gonna grab a lid right here, and I'll let that boil. So now we're moving on to our meat. So I have about 2 packs of lean ground turkey breast in here, and all I'm gonna show you today is how I cook it up, spice it up, and get it prepared for the week ahead. So let's get to it. I'm just gonna come over here. I started on pretty high at first, and I'm just gonna grab a spatula, and I just kind of break it up just so it gets all even throughout the pan. Okay, now we're gonna move into some more meat. So I have a pack of 4 bison patties in here, and that will be good for 4 days for 4 meals. These are about 3 ounces each, and I'll explain more about weighing your food or eyeing it out once it's all cooked, just so you don't overeat, or you make sure you're getting enough protein in. A good option too is investing in a food scale, which you can buy at any local grocery or Walmart, Superstore, and that will give you a way better estimate that you know that you're eating the proper amount of protein per meal. And now I have just 3 chicken breasts right here, and I'm gonna pop it in the oven, but first I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, so now the pan is high enough, and now I'm gonna start mixing up the turkey, and it's cooking more. So now you can see how it's cooking. It's getting a bit lighter and whiter. So I'm just breaking it up and making sure it's even throughout. And for me, you can honestly use any spices you like. Garlic, onion powder, anything. I love basil, so I'm using basil again, like I did on my sweet potatoes. So a bit of basil, a little bit of sea salt, and I love cayenne, I love spice, I love the heat. So a little bit of spice, and black pepper, so good. So the more flavors you add, the better it'll taste. And don't be afraid of salt, just don't overdo it, but sea salt is your best option. Okay, it looks like my quinoa is now boiling. So now I'm gonna turn it to, it's on high heat right now, so I'm gonna turn it to medium low, and then you just pop the lid back on, and it'll literally be done in like probably 15-20 minutes. Okay, so I'm not gonna show you how to cook every kind of protein, but so I just explained to you how to cook the turkey. It's the same thing with the ground beef, and for ground beef I like to use more garlic and onion, and I like to throw in mushrooms or peppers. And then also fish, any white fish. Halibut usually is people's most favorite because it's not as fishy. But yeah, so you can buy it in packs frozen, or you can buy it whole fillets. And just remember, fish is very fast in the oven. I cook it higher heat, 375 for about 12-15 minutes, and then I just take it out, and it'll be way nice and more juicy and not so dry, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. Okay, last but definitely not least, we're gonna incorporate some green veggies in every meal to keep us full and to crush cravings. And this is my favorite way. The more fiber you take in, the more your body digests, so the more fat you burn. And this kind of fiber also, it has DIM in it, will help block estrogens in the body, and that will get you a tighter, leaner physique in no time. So with my broccoli, no one wants to eat just dump broccoli on their plate, so I like to cook it just a little bit. And what a recipe I found I really like, it's so simple, it's so easy. I just use coconut oil, extra virgin, because coconut oil is like one of the only oils that when you heat up, it's still good for you. And it has fat burning properties. It's a triglyceride oil, and it's instant energy, and especially on your lower carb meals, to eat more broccoli or cauliflower, zucchini, things that are more bulk will fill you up longer. So I just threw in a tablespoon of the coconut oil, and then I just used garlic powder, and I sprinkle that on, and also salt and pepper. I put a lid on, and I cook it for about maybe 10 minutes, and then it will be ready. Okay, so now I have my broccoli on about medium, and I just, the coconut oil has melted, and I just getting all the coconut evenly over the broccoli, and then I'm just gonna place a lid over top and let it kind of heat up and cook for about 10 minutes. Okay. And also salads. I love salads, and I love these mixed greens because they're pre-washed and ready to go. So I like, for salad dressing, avocado oil is really good, extra virgin olive oil. This is macadamia oil. I just found this. It's very rare to find, but it gives a really nutty flavor in your salads. And then you can use two options, balsamic vinegar or apple cider. And apple cider is really good for appetite suppressant and digestion, and also is a good fat burner. So I like to use about 1 tablespoon of apple cider, and then 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. And then I really just use just some garlic powder. And you can also, another good option, I'll just go grab it, is mustard. So this is a stone ground mustard, and just a little bit in here. And then you just mix it up in a fork, and it actually tastes like a nice clean Caesar dressing. And then you just drizzle that over your salad, and that is a way healthier option than most dressings you find at any grocery store that say they're healthy, but they're filled with like soybean oil, sugars, and just crap that your body doesn't need. And so this is actually, will taste better, and you'll get way better results. Okay, so it's been about an hour roughly, and I've cooked about four days worth of food in an hour. And this is, so we got our steamed broccoli, our turkey, ground turkey, our bison, our chicken, our quinoa, and our sweet potatoes and yams. And now I'm going to show you how I portion and weigh them and put them in the fridge, and then you'll be set to go for the week ahead. Okay, so all the food is prepped here, and I'm going to show you how to portion it for your female metabolism in the 6-week program. So I just place a container on here, and then I place it to 0 again. And then, so all the chicken breasts and bison patties are roughly around 3 to 4 ounces. So we don't really have to weigh that. So I just put one in here, and then I come back, and I'm just gonna grab about, I'll use quinoa for this one. So about half a cup of quinoa. This one doesn't have to be weighed because I'm measuring it with a measuring cup. It's half a cup. And then I'm just gonna put in a few spears of broccoli. And remember, this tastes good. There's like coconut oil on it and salt and pepper. And also for the quinoa, flavor it up and put some tamari on it, and on your red meats, like the bison or beef, you can use a little bit of hot sauce or mustard. Mix that all up, it tastes so good. So that's one meal. And then we'll go into our next meal. So we're gonna do the ground turkey, which will be around 4 ounces. Just scoop it out here, bring it over here. See, that is roughly, I can't see. Is that on the right unit? No. Ounces, okay, sorry. Yeah, that's 3 ounces. Now, probably roughly 4.2, that's good. Just put a little bit back. And then you'll do around 4 ounces of the yam and sweet potato, depending on your carb cycle, what day it is. So you'll be eating around, it'll all come down to about 8 ounces of food in here. So it looks like a good portion. Again, for sauces, you can use hot sauce, mustard, any low sugar condiments. What will all be on your shopping list. All the condiments you can use in this program. So that's one. You can use, this meal will probably be pretty filling, but you can add a little bit of broccoli just to make it even more filling. And then for a low carb meal, just add in some broccoli. Again, you can use any vegetable you want, green vegetables. You can use asparagus, zucchini, green beans, and then my favorite is salad. And then use the salad dressing I showed you. And then, so this one is low carb. And for any low carb, I like to use my more red meats because the red meats fill me up. So this could be even wild salmon, beef, bison, steak, whatever you prefer. And just make sure it's roughly around 3 to 4 ounces, which looks like the size of your palm. It doesn't, if you don't want to get a scale, that's optional. If you just want to know more, but the palm, that's all you have to focus on. Is this the thickness and the wideness of your palm? Okay, and then you can make one more meal, which you could do now like a variety. You could do like a little, now you can do some, my favorite is quinoa and turkey. And then just come over here. Doesn't have to. There we go. So on 0 and it's around 3.5, 4 ounces. And there's not much veggies left, but I like to use salad in this one and put the dressing on it. It tastes so, so good. So that's about 4 meals, and then you have plenty left to make your other meals. And also, obviously, you'll probably have 2 to 3 of these a day, and then you have your bedtime meal, your post-workout shake, and your breakfast, which we have so many different options for all of the meals on our recipe book, and that will give you more variety and knowing what you can and cannot eat. So I'm glad you enjoyed, and I hope you like this video.